Welcome back to your final part of Today on BayTv. I'm Liz Cairns and this is Henry Darby-Cook. We are now with Keith Millward and Gareth Davies.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Gareth, do you want to tell us why you're here today?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's nice to have the opportunity. I'm the member of Pontarddulais Male Voice Choir, of which there are 106 active members at the moment.
Wow.
But we're not complacent. We don't like to sit back and think that members are automatically going to come to us. So I think it's very important we continually promote ourselves. So that's one of the main reasons why we're here today, is to tell you a bit about the choir, to tell you about forthcoming events, and if you like, about previous trips that we've done as well. So
you've recently come back from Spain, haven't you?
We
You've had a very successful tour of Spain.
Well, before you tell us about that, we've got a great little clip actually of the trip. Should we have a little look at it?
Yes, certainly.
Well, that was awesome. I wanted to clap that.
Beautiful sound there.
It was amazing.
And such a beautiful setting as well. And
Yes.
That was in a particular church, or?
Yes, it was. We did two concerts, and the first one was that in the church, Espuratu, Santo Albir. My bit of Spanish for you. That was our first of two concerts, and it was a lovely setting, acoustically. It was very, very good. And the second concert we did in a huge auditorium where there were about 600 people. So we were the guests of the Costa Blanca Male Voice Choir. Oh. So that's how the connection came about. They hosted us for the two concerts. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. And of course, a bit of cultural experience with the boys as well. It's a very good time.
What audience did you have? Is it a mix of expats and locals? Or?
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Expats, a lot of Spanish people there as well. So a bit of a cross-section in terms of the audience. But I have to say, the reception was absolutely superb. It was very, very good indeed. So it's nothing gives you greater pleasure than to have the response that you get from the audience.
You were
Yes,
very
definitely.
successful as a choir. You're the most successful competitive choir I've seen on your website, and that is proven, isn't it?
Yeah. Since the choir was set up in 1960 by the founder-conductor Noel Davies, it started off as a youth choir. And I thought, at that time, the youth choir started getting a little bit old, or was a bit young for some of the competitions they were looking to compete in. So then they started going into the male voice arena and competing, well, since the 60s. And since that time, Noel Davies, who was very keen in getting the discipline in the choir to compete in Eisteddfods. And since then, as you say, Keith, we've gone to international Eisteddfods, national Eisteddfods, Cardigan Eisteddfods. We won the national Eisteddfod on 16 occasions, which is better. When I say better, it's more than most other, all other male voice choirs in Wales. So we're very proud of that record, and we have won twice in the international Eisteddfod at Llangollen as well.
And you have some eminent people in the helm now, haven't you? You've Clive Phillips.
Yes. When the choir started with Noel Davies, Mr. Jones, Eric Jones, who is now the president, was the accompanist at that time. And later on then, and it's 16 years ago now, since Clive Phillips joined us as the musical director. And it's fair to say that the choir has gone from strength to strength. So the choir is as good as well as not only the voices, but the person who leads. And I think it's very important to have a very good musical director, which he is. Fortunate as well, Keith, with the musical staff. We've got David Last as the accompanist.
I know, yes.
And Rachel Saunders, who is the deputy accompanist. So the musical staff are paramount to the success of any male voice choir, or any choir in that respect. Yes.
You said you founded in 1960.
Yeah.
You've still got 5 original
Yes.
members, haven't
Could
you?
be 4, could be 5, you know.
Yeah,
But we've still got some original members.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yes, and it's nice to be able to. We've recognised them over the years, the long service awards, etc. But I don't think there are too many choirs can say that we've still got founder members in our midst. But it is very nice that they remind us, of course, of our place when they need to, of course. But because when we look at the choir, like most choirs these days, it's an ageing choir. And I think the average age of our choir is 72. And the ages range from 31 to 89. So when you ask me at the very start, why am I here? So we can't be complacent because we need to attract new members continually. It's very important for the existence of the choir. And we have been very fortunate in years gone past in that because of our reputation, we have attracted the members to the choir. And I think over the last 30 years, we've had 77 new members. Having said that, through natural wastage, we have lost about 50 odd as well. So the actual number now, compared to what is 10 years ago, is a difference of about 14.
And at full strength you are?
We are at full strength. Active members 106, but we average about 85, 86 for a particular concert.
Sounds very healthy.
Yeah.
So where are you going to be performing next? Where can people see you?
Right. We have a very good concert coming up on July the 1st in Penarel Leisure Centre. And it's the Noel Davies, the founder-conductor. We have a memorial concert every year. And we have a choir this year from Pennsylvania, USA, coming over. And they will be our special guests. So we look forward to hosting them.